Smoke and fury. Roadkill. Moving to this forsaken area hasn't been a great idea despite the amazing views and crisp air. But there's nothing left for me up north. Life in the big city is not for me anymore. My ex-wife had taken everything from me. I'm turning old and cynical. The engine of my old Bronco sputters like a wounded animal as I wrestle it up the snaking roads of the Smoky Mountains. Twilight's gone, swallowed by a fog that slithers between the pines, thick and restless. The air smells of wet earth, sticking to my flannel like a second skin. My headlights carve weak tunnels through the mist, and the GPS gave up 10 miles back. No bars on my phone. Just me, the grind of gears, and a gut telling me to keep going. Then I see them. 3 figures loom on the shoulder of the road, crowding a girl against a beat-up sedan. She's pinned there, arms crossed tight, her posture rigid but fierce, like a cornered wolf. Even from 50 yards, I catch the glint in her eyes, not fear, but something rawer, hotter. Fury. Defiance. My foot slams the brake. Gravel sprays, and the Bronco coughs into silence. I'm out before I think it through, boots crunching on the wet road. Hey! My shout echoes in the mountains. They turn fast. The leader, Eric, I'll learn later, smooths his leather jacket like he's in a damn movie. He's tall, blonde hair slicked back, face sharp and smug, the kind of kid who's never known a real fight. His 2 buddies flank him, one scrawny with a split lip, the other broader, cracking his knuckles like he's itching to use them. Eric steps forward, all swagger, his boots gleaming under the sedan's flickering headlights. This ain't your problem, old man. Old man. I'm 42, built like a brick wall, and I could snap him like kindling as a former Marine. I ignore him and lock eyes with the girl. She's small, barely 5'2", but the way she holds herself makes her seem taller, like she's daring the world to try her. Her dark braid hangs heavy over one shoulder, soaked from the drizzle. Her jeans are ripped at the knees, caked with mud, and her red flannels knotted tight at her waist, showing a sliver of skin above her belt. Her face is all sharp angles, cheekbones high, lips pressed thin, and those eyes, coffee black, burning with something I can't name. You good? I ask. They hit my car, she snaps, voice low and rough. Then tried to pin their busted bumper on me and wants me to pay for the damages. Eric laughs, flashing perfect teeth. Your junker scratched my BMW, sweetheart. You'll pay for that. I glance at the cars. Her sedan's fender is crumpled like tinfoil, paint chipped to rust. His Beamer sits pristine, silver and smug, not a speck of dirt on it. A whole heap of BS. Walk away, I tell him, my voice steady but with an edge of warning. He steps closer, close enough I smell his cologne, something expensive and irritating. You don't know who you're messing with, old man. My hand is on his jacket before I decide to move. I slam him against the hood of his car, the metal thudding under his skull. The echo bounces off the trees. I do know your type. You're a coward who has never been in a fight. For a second, no one breathes. His buddies are tense, but they don't move. The girl watches, unblinking, like she's weighing me. Eric shoves off the hood, adjusts his collar again, and jerks his head at his crew. Let's bounce. Their tires screech as they peel out, tail lights vanishing into the fog. I turn to Cassie. She's still against her car, arms folded, no trace of gratitude in her face. You didn't have to do that, she says, like I've inconvenienced her. Geez, she looks so young. Still in college? Didn't sit right. I shrug, but my pulse is still hammering. Cole Bishop at your service, ma'am. I tip an invisible hat. She stares at me, those dark eyes slicing through the haze. You kicked a nest of snakes, she mumbles unhappily. They'll get their payback. Up close, I see the smudge of grease on her jaw, the way her flannel's frayed at the cuffs. She's beautiful in a way that feels dangerous, like a blade you know will cut but can't stop touching. Catching me staring, her face turns pink. I'm Cassie, she says finally, her voice softer, as if testing the electricity between us. I should walk away. She's too young, too much trouble I don't need. Cole Bishop. Right? She repeats my name, slow, like she's caressing it. Then she slides into her sedan, the engine coughing to life, and she's gone, tail lights fading into the dark. I stand there longer than I should, the gravel cold under my boots, the fog curling around me like a warning. My hands are still clenched, and I can't shake the feeling I've just stepped into something I won't walk away cleanly. I spend the rest of the day finding a place to stay, then do a bit of digging into Cassie and the bratty boys. What I learn isn't encouraging. The hollow feeling. Rain pounds the tin roof of the hollow log, A dive bar teetering on the edge of this nowhere town, all weathered wood and neon flickering like it's on its last legs. Inside, it smells of stale beer and sawdust. Locals huddle in booths, their faces carved with hard years, muttering over cans of PBR. My second bourbon sits heavy in my glass, the burn of it grounding me. I'm not here to talk. Just to breathe. To be invisible for a while. Then the door swings open, and she walks in. Cassie. She's soaked, rain dripping off her braid, her flannel clinging to her shoulders like it's part of her. Her jeans are plastered to her legs, mud streaked up the calves, and her boots leave wet prints on the floor. She scans the room, and when her eyes find mine, there's no surprise in them. Like she knew I'd be here. Like she came for me. She drops onto the stool next to mine, close enough I feel the chill off her skin. She doesn't order anything, just sits there, her gaze fixed on the scarred bar top. He came back, she says, voice low, barely audible over the rain. I don't ask who. My grip tightens on the glass. When? An hour ago. Waited outside the diner where I work. Sat in a booth, just grinning. Like he knew something I didn't. My jaw clenches. He touched you? No. Just watched. Left this. She pulls a crumpled, damp note from her pocket and slides it across the bar. I unfold it. The ink smudged but clear enough, you and your old man are dead. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. I'm not your old man. I know. She looks at me, and for a second, her eyes soften, like she's imagining something she shouldn't. The bartender, a grizzled guy with a beard like steel wool, glances at us and shuffles to the other end of the bar. A twangy song about heartbreak hums from the jukebox, filling the silence. Cassie leans closer, her knee brushing mine under the bar. I don't pull away, though I know I should. Her scent cuts through the bar's stale air, rain, pine, and something faintly sweet, like diner coffee. You shouldn't be here, I say, my voice rougher than I mean it to be. And yet, here I am. She tilts her head, a half smile playing on her lips, daring me to push back. I look at her hands, resting on the bar. They're small, calloused, nails chipped, grease etched into the creases. Hands that work hard, probably for pennies at that diner, perhaps odd jobs on the side. She's from the other side of this town, the side with rusted trailers and unpaid bills. I had done a little digging all day to find out the characters involved. Eric is from the gated estates where his kind play kings. While no one had a good word to say about Cassie as they hold her responsible for her family's supposed misdeeds. How old are you? I ask, needing to know, needing a reason to stop this before it starts. Her smile is sharp. Old enough to know better. Young enough not to care. Forbidden fruit, ripe and dangerous, and I'm already too close to biting. God help me. She's barely old enough to drink legally. Eric's not gonna stop, she whispers, her breath warm against my ear. I know. I know his spoiled kind. So, what do we do? My hand moves before I can stop it, my fingers cover her wrist. Her pulse jumps under my palm, fast and alive. She takes a sharp breath, and it almost breaks my resolve, pulling my hand back as if burned. What do you want me to do? I ask. Her eyes hold mine, and I see hunger, anger, the need. Before she can answer, tires screech outside, loud and sudden. We both turn. Through the rain-streaked window, Eric's BMW idles in the lot, parked crooked across two spaces, hood steaming in the downpour. Cassie's hand clamps onto my arm, her nails digging in. I want her nails hurting my back while she's under me. Blinking that vision, I stand, blood already singing in my veins. Cut deep. I'm at the door before I realize Cassie's behind me, her boots thudding on the creaky floor. The rain hits me like a slap as I step outside, the cold biting through my jacket. Eric's gone, his Beamer a ghost in the night, but he's left something behind. On the hood of my Bronco, a raccoon lies gutted, its inside spilling across the metal, blood pooling and mixing with the rain in pink streams. The air reeks of copper and death. Cassie gasps, her breath catching. Jesus. Someone inside mutters, that boy's damn near feral. Cassie's shaking now, but it's not fear. Her fists clench, her jaw tight, and her eyes blaze like she's ready to burn the world down. That's it, she growls, spinning toward her sedan. Where are you going? I grab her elbow, my grip firm. To his house. To his daddy's mill. To break his damn teeth. I yank her back, harder than I mean to. You show up alone, and he wins. She shoves me, her face inches from mine, rain-soaked hair plastered to her cheeks. She smells wet and intoxicating. And why do you care? You don't know me, I know you're better than this. Better than what? Trash? The word cuts like a blade, her voice breaking on it. Her eyes glint, not with tears but with something fiercer. No one comes for girls like me, Cole. We survive alone. We don't disappear. We endure. I grab her face, my hands rough against her jaw. You're not alone anymore. And I kiss her despite all the reasons it's a bad idea. Her gasp is swallowed by my mouth, but she doesn't pull away. Her lips part, hot and desperate, taste of rain and defiance. My hands slide to her hips, pulling her closer, her body pressed against mine. Her fingers twist in my hair, tugging hard, and the world narrows to this, her heat, her breath, the fire between us. It's wrong, too fast, too dangerous, but it's perfect. Then, horns blare. Headlights slice through the rain. I jerk away. Another second more of this and I wouldn't have cared, we're in public. Trucks roar into the lot, tires spitting gravel, beams blinding us. Eric steps out of the lead truck, a tire iron glinting in his hand. 3 others follow, shadows in the storm, their faces twisted with malice. Get inside, I say. Cassie's voice trembles, but not with fear. Cole, I'm not. Now, I order in a sharp voice. She hesitates, then bolts for the bar. I turn to face Eric, my blood pounding, rage coiling tight. Let's dance. Scarred. The first punch comes fast, a fist to my jaw that snaps my head sideways. Then the tire iron slams into my ribs, and I hear something crack. Pain flares, but I swing back, my fist connecting with the scrawny kid's face. He drops, teeth skittering across the gravel. The broader one swings a chain, catching my shoulder. I grunt, the sting sharp. I drive my elbow into his nose. Blood sprays, and he stumbles back, cursing. Eric circles me, tire iron dangling, his grin feral. You're nothing, he spits. Old, broke, pathetic. You're just scared of a girl who's stronger than you'll ever be. His face twists, and he charges. The tire iron catches my temple, and the world sparks white. I hit the ground on one knee, blood hot on my cheek, my vision swimming. Then, boom. A shotgun blast rips through the rain. Everyone freezes. Cassie stands in the doorway, the shotgun steady in her hands, her braid swinging as she steps forward. Her eyes are wildfire, her stance unshakable. She's like an avenging angel, hot and deadly. Back off, she growls. The barrel doesn't waver. Eric's grin falters. You wouldn't. Try me. He hesitates, his wrist already swelling where I landed a hit. One of his boys coughs blood, clutching his side. The others edge back, eyes darting. This ain't over, Eric mutters, but his voice is high from fear. Cassie cocks the shotgun again, the sound sharp in the quiet. Sure, it feels like it. They scatter, trucks roaring into the night. The shotgun hits the floor with a clatter. Cassie rushes to me, dropping to her knees in the mud. Her hands are on my face, my chest, frantic, searching for wounds. You're bleeding. Not where it counts. She kisses me, deep and desperate, her lips searing against mine. The rain washes the blood from my face, but her touch burns hotter than the pain. I pull away before it gets too far. Given our age gap, it's wrong. Where did you get the gun? I ask, breathing hard. It's the South, silly. She gives me a devilish grin. This woman is going to kill me. Smoke and fury. The rain stopped, but the air hangs heavy with damp and sour tang of blood. My ribs ache with every breath, the bruise from Eric's tire iron pulsing like a second heartbeat. I'm in the driver's seat of my Bronco, the engine idling, the hum steadying me as I grip the wheel. Cassie's in the passenger seat, her knees pulled up, boots scuffing the dashboard. Her flannel still damp, clinging to her frame, and her braids unraveling, dark strands curling against her neck. She's staring out the window, her jaw tight, those coffee black eyes scanning the dark like she's waiting for the next fight. I want to reach for her, to brush the hair from her face, to feel her pulse under my fingers again. That kiss outside the hollow log is still burning in my chest, wrong and right all at once. She's too young, too wild, too much like a storm I can't weather. But every time she's close, my blood sings, and I'm drowning in the one of her. I can't have her, not like this, not with all the mess. You're quiet, she says, not looking at me. Her voice is low, rough, like she's chewed gravel. Thinking. I keep my eyes on the road, the headlights slicing through the fog. The Smoky Mountains loom around us, black and endless. About what? She shifts, her knee brushing mine. My grip tightens on the wheel. Eric. His father. This town. I pause, not sure how to finish my thoughts. You. Her head snaps toward me, eyes sharp. Don't. Don't what? Don't worry about me. She leans forward, her voice cutting. I'm not some damsel you need to save, Cole. I've been scraping by since I was 12. No one's ever come for me. Not family. Not friends. Nobody. Her words hit like a fist, and I see it, the weight of her life, the rusted trailer she calls home, the diner shifts that barely pay, the whispers that follow her like shadows. Trash, they call her. A girl from a family that's been broken so long, no one remembers it whole. She's got no one, and this town's made sure she knows it. I'm not trying to save you, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. But I'm not letting you fight alone. She laughs, sharp and bitter. You think you can take on Eric and his daddy? They own this place. The mill, the cops, the mayor. You're just one guy. I've got you, I say, and I mean it too much. Her eyes soften for a second, and I feel the pull, the heat, the thing I can't touch. Then she looks away, her fingers twisting the frayed cuff of her flannel. You're an idiot. Maybe. I smile, but my chest is tight. But I'm your idiot. She snorts, and it's the closest thing to a smile I've seen all night. The encounter. 2 days later, I'm fixing a flat on Cassie's sedan outside the diner even though she wants me to commit to her. Otherwise, she wants me to go away if I'm going to keep on resisting her. Eric's BMW rolls up, slow and deliberate. He doesn't get out, just leans out the window, that smug grin plastered on his face. Careful, old man, he calls, voice dripping venom. You keep sniffing around her, you'll end up like that raccoon. My wrench clanks against the lug nut, too loud in the quiet. I stand, wiping grease on my jeans, and meet his eyes. You're gonna need more than threats, kid. He laughs, but it's hollow. His buddy in the passenger seat, split-lip guy from the first night, cracks his knuckles, but they don't move. Is she sleeping with you, so you'll be her guard dog? Her mother sold herself for $1. I'm about to attack little brat when the car peels out, leaving a cloud of dust that stings my eyes. Cassie's watching from the diner's doorway, her apron smudged with ketchup, her arms crossed. Told you, Cassie says when I walk over. Bullies. It's surprising she has no reaction to Eric's taunts. It means she had heard it many times before, and that angers me. They're not bullies, I mutter. They're cowards. She shakes her head, her braid swinging. You don't get it. Eric's not just a rich boy. His dad's got hands in everything, drugs, girls, dirty deals. You cross him, you disappear. I step closer, close enough to smell the coffee and grease on her. Then why are you still here? Her eyes flash, and for a second, I think she'll shove me again. Instead, she says, because I'm not a coward. I want to kiss her again, to pull her against me and forget the world. But she's already turning, disappearing back into the diner, leaving me with the ache of her absence. Rising tensions. The next week, it escalates. I'm hauling lumber for a job when I spot Eric and his crew tailing Cassie's sedan on the mountain road. My Bronco's behind them before I think it through, engine roaring as I close the gap. They're riding her bumper, their laughter spilling out open windows, cruel and sharp. I flash my high beams, lean on the horn. Eric's buddy leans out, flipping me off, but I don't back off. Cassie is driving steadily, her hands white-knuckled on the wheel. I can see her in the side mirror, her face set like stone. She swerves onto a dirt pull-off, and they follow, boxing her in. I'm out of the Bronco in seconds, my crowbar in hand. Eric's already at her window, banging on the glass, shouting something I can't hear over the blood pounding in my ears. His buddies circle like hyenas, one with a bat, the other cracking his knuckles again. Step back. I roar, swinging the crowbar in an arc. It clips the bat guy's shoulder, and he stumbles, cursing. Eric turns, his tire iron back in his hand. You're dead, Cole. He swings, but I'm faster, ducking low and driving my shoulder into his chest. He hits the ground hard, air whooshing out of him. The bat guy comes at me, but Cassie's out of her car now, a wrench in her hand, swinging it like a club. She catches the knuckle cracker in the knee, and he drops, howling. Eric's back on his feet, but his confidence is faltering. You'll regret this, he spits, backing toward his Beamer. My dad. Your dad can't save you, I growl, stepping closer. Not from me. They scramble into the car and tear off, tires spinning in the dirt. Cassie is panting, her wrench still raised, her eyes blazing. She's beautiful, fierce, and I'm falling so hard it hurts. Are you okay? I ask, my voice rough. She nods, but her hands are shaking. They won't stop, she murmurs. Then we make them. Dead end. The town's too scared, too bought, or too broken. The sheriff laughs when Cassie tries to file a report, his eyes sliding over her like she's nothing. Girl, like you should know better, he says, leaning back in his chair. I knew your mother. I knew her very well. His grin is suggestive. Cassie grows mad, but she says nothing, only presses her lips together. Don't stir up trouble you can't handle, girl. I want to put my fist through his face, but Cassie grabs my arm, her nails digging in. Don't, she whispers. He's not worth it. I can't believe her endless patience. A small town can be cruel when it turns on you. Backlash. At the diner, her boss fires her the next day, claiming she's bad for business. The locals whisper when we pass, their eyes cold, judging. Trash, they mutter. Trouble. Her family's name is a curse here, her parents long gone, her brother in jail, her sister ran away years ago. She's alone, and they make sure she feels it. But I see her. The way she squares her shoulders, the way she flips off the stairs, the way she fights like she's got pride and dignity. I want to protect her, to pull her close and shield her from this town's poison. But she's not mine to protect, not yet. Maybe not ever. She's a fire I can't hold, and it's killing me. Lucky break. I'm standing with Cassie, enjoying the amazing view. She's one quiet, restful woman. Doesn't feel the need to fill the silence with mindless chatter, unlike my ex-wife who always wanted to be the center of attention. The sound of tires over gravel put me on alert. A man gets out of the car. He's short, has his face covered with a mask. I knew your mother. Cassie stiffens next to me, and I want to punch him. Deborah had it hard, but she was a wonderful woman. And she would have been very proud of you, Cassie. Before we can react, he throws a box near our feet, then gets into the car and disappears. A bomb? Cassie asks, taking a step back in fear. I still don't trust him. I shake my head and open it. What's that? She comes closer when nothing explodes. Inside there are ledgers, names, dates, numbers. Shipments of pills, cash drops, girls' names with dollar amounts next to them. Eric's father's signature is scrawled on every page. Cassie's hands shake as she reads, her breath hitching. This is it, she whispers. This is how we burn them. Not yet, I say, but can't stop smiling. She wraps her young, tiny body around me. She keeps on touching me, fueling my desires. I run my hands over her soft hair and her back before pulling apart. Let's get to work, I say, my voice breathy as if running. Her impossibly deep eyes are full of lust and hurt. This can't happen. It's not fair to her. We dig deeper, hacking into emails from a burner laptop in my trailer. Eric's father runs the mill, but it's a front for drugs, trafficking, blood money. The whole town's complicit, from the sheriff to the mayor. It's a little wonder no one helps her. They're all in his pocket. Payback, Eric knows we're onto him. The attacks get bolder, my tires slashed, Cassie's trailer spray painted with slurs, a brick through my window with a note, back off or die. I keep her close, sleeping on her couch, my .45 tucked under the cushion. She doesn't protest, but she doesn't give in either. She's starting to hold me at arm's length, her eyes saying what her words don't. I want you, but I can't take the rejection again and again. The lack of physical contact while having her near me is hell on earth. End game. The final blow comes at the mill. We've got the ledgers, the emails, copies sent to a journalist in Knoxville who's hungry for a story. But Eric and his father aren't going down quietly, and they're using their resources to stop the turning tide. I'm staking out the mill at midnight, Cassie beside me in the Bronco. When we see them, trucks unloading crates under floodlights, men with guns, Eric barking orders like he's king. The rumors are true. The son is running his father's dirty business. Doubtful this proof would be enough, Cassie whispers, her camera shaking in her hands. I nod, my jaw tight. Stay here. Like hell. She's out the door before I can stop her, crouching low, moving like a shadow. I curse under my breath and follow, my heart pounding. I want to drag her back, lock her somewhere safe, but she's not the kind to stay put. We're halfway to the crates when a spotlight catches us. Eric's voice cuts through the dark. Got you. Guns cock, and we're surrounded, 6 men, all armed, Eric's father stepping out of the shadows, his suit crisp despite the hour. You're persistent, he says, his voice smooth as oil. But stupid. Cassie spits at his feet. You're done, old man. He laughs, but there's no warmth in it. You're nothing, girl. No one's coming for you. I step in front of her, my fists clenched. They don't have to. I'm here. Fight me like a man instead of using your guns. I can take all of you down alone. Banking on they won't shoot, I throw the first punch. The fight's brutal. I take down 2 guys before a rifle butt cracks my skull, dropping me to my knees. Cassie is screaming, swinging her wrench, but they grab her, pinning her arms. Eric's father stands there, his face calm, like he's watching TV. Finish it, he says. Eric raises a pistol, his grin wide, but his hands are shaking. I'm struggling to stand, blood dripping into my eyes, when sirens wail in the distance. They got our tip, and the feds are closing in fast. Eric freezes. His father's face twists. Move. He barks, but it's too late. Cassie breaks free, tackling Eric to the ground, her wrench cracking his wrist. The pistol skids across the concrete. I'm on my feet, tackling another guy, my punches a blur. The feds swarm in, lights flashing, shouting orders. Eric's father bolts, but they drag him down, cuffs snapping on his wrists. Eric's on his knees, sobbing, his empire crumbling. Cassie stands over him, her chest heaving, her eyes blazing. Told you, she says, her voice cold. Feels like it's over. Watch it burn. The mill burns that night. We didn't set the fire, some loyalist trying to cover tracks, probably. We watch from the ridge, Cassie's hand in mine. The ledgers are with the feds, the emails leaked, the truth spilling out. Eric and his father are done, their names poisoned now. Are you leaving the town? She asks, not meeting my eyes. She's still untouchable, still too young, still a fire I can't hold. But I can't leave her. No, Cassie, I whisper. She nods, her body relaxing into me. The snow falls, the ashes rise, and we walk into the dark, ready to start a new chapter. Later, in the Bronco, we don't speak. The air is steamy, charged. She climbs into my lap, her flannel hitting the floor, her skin warm and urgent against mine. I push the seat back, and our bodies tangle, hearts pounding in time with the storm outside. When she shatters, her scream is my name, raw and unbroken, like it's the only word she knows. I follow a second later, feeling on top of the world. All my senses are filled with her. She owns my body and soul, and I don't mind even a little.
Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, share, and like to help my channel.